Is it that bad?
Mic check. Mic check.
Oh, okay. I thought it was sugar-free.
But you could taste the sugar.
They can hear us.
Really?
Like the fake sugar?
Oh, the fake sugar. Okay.
Yeah, they all have fake sugar, I think, right?
Can't taste it in the orange.
The orange is so good.
Our first episode of the No Logic podcast, and you open your Alani before I hit record when you know you're supposed to do it on the podcast.
The first pod?
Well, reboot.
I feel like we've done this before.
We've rebooted this podcast 3 times now.
And we continue to evolve in circles.
I would love this if it was colder. I feel like you brought it and then it just sat here while we were testing.
I thought
stuff.
you were going to say you're going to like it more if it was sponsored.
Did you?
That too.
All right, let's do it. Come on. Every podcast we have to be. Alani, sponsor us. Sponsor us, Alani.
Sponsor us, Alani.
We need to be able to get a sponsorship going. Hey, we have 16,000 subs now. We no longer have 160. We went from 160 to 16,000. Anyways, everyone.
Overnight.
And a new channel.
Yeah.
New channel. We're getting, I think
we're so popular. I wonder what did it. I wonder what hit.
I have no idea.
What vibed with the audience?
Exactly.
That we just ended up getting so many subs.
Roblox.
Don't mention the R word.
Oh, sorry.
That was the other word you couldn't mention.
Yeah, the F word.
Yeah.
Forthright?
Yeah, forthright.
Fork knife. Exactly. Anyways, everyone, welcome to the No Logic podcast. The podcast whether you know logic or you have no logic. You decide.
Sounds about right.
Looking at the camera, trying to point.
Yeah.
Completely threw you off.
I am your host, BlueCoffee, and to my right we have a Rizzy.
Welcome back, everybody.
And
Great to be here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, good.
Well, to my right we have a Daddy. And to my left we have Nomi. Daddy. Daddy's home.
Daddy's home.
You watch yourself, young man.
Speaking of Daddy, Rizzy became a father a few years ago. Rizzy?
Few years ago.
Oh, a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago. Sorry. Rizzy, you're welcome.
This is now the 9th reboot of this podcast?
Oh, I want to listen to this.
Rizzy.
You're welcome.
No.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. From us to you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. That because of us, you have a child.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just say thank
Do
you.
you want to know?
Thanks.
Do you want to know why?
Yes, why?
Well, it's because of this. So we started this podcast in 2023, right? No,
Huh?
right? Yeah,
right, yeah.
2000.
The first version?
The first version.
Yeah, point oh.
And remember when we were in the ramp up phase? We were in the ramp up phase, and we were meeting every single week on time for hours on end.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel that because you work Monday through Friday at big tech. And you are, you're hard at work and you only have like a few hours after you get off and then you have to do some other duties, right? And then
we take your Saturday away.
Saturday comes and we take you away for the entire day. Your wife
almost the entire
missed
day.
You. That injected some, what is it called? When you
passion.
It's like competition.
Passion.
Whenever we take away that one Saturday, all you're left is that Sunday. You know what I mean?
That's not enough.
Exactly. It's not enough. And then
it's not enough time with your wife to be, back to like getting.
So you're saying we should move the studio to mine?
The thing is he listen, as long as the studio is here in this house, he's not getting another child because his he sees his wife all the time. His wife is downstairs, right? As for you being away. And when your separation causes a little bit of friction, you're welcome. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Well, thanks, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
It was that being away from your spouse for so long,
yes,
over the weeks on end, grew that passion. You're like, no.
She said I have to trap you
because we took you away from her so long.
Yeah.
So distance.
So often.
So distance does make the heart grow fonder.
Yes!
And that's why you have a baby.
Exactly. Now the only one who does not have a baby is me. So I ask you,
Because
do you have a baby?
Yes.
Do you have a baby?
Toddler, yes.
Toddler, yes.
That's even more of a challenge.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
before we begin, like, start talking about, we're actually in it. So, how's fatherhood like, man?
It's been great so far.
Yeah?
Really enjoying
Tell
it.
us all about it. Give us the details. Not the discussing details, but details.
Well, there's plenty of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great. We
Disgusting details.
yeah.
All the
Diaper changes
poopies
are,
and peepees and the vomits.
There's so many of them.
How many times has she vomited on you so far?
None.
No, what?
None.
So she has no like
She gets slight spit ups, but
Okay.
nothing projectile.
That's good.
yeah.
You still get reflux after eating Wingstop.
I do.
Throw
I
up
gotta
on
eat my heartburn med.
on the shoulder.
Just be sure to stay out of the way.
So sleep, what's that looking like for you?
Sleep is minimum.
Yeah?
I now have a newfound need for coffee.
Huh?
Yes.
And
And?
energy drinks.
Well, to be fair,
Alani, sponsor fathers.
to be
Sponsor?
fair,
all the
this is the
fathers.
first one I've had
Okay.
since becoming a father.
It's because you don't go to the store to get it.
What about the monsters?
I don't have time to.
Okay. The monsters.
That's all coffee.
Oh, the Irish coffee
Monster
Yeah.
monster.
coffee. Gotcha.
That's
Makes
all
sense.
coffee.
So, by the end of the year, how
I would still call it an
how
energy drink,
far
really.
back do you feel we're gonna, you know what I mean? No offense.
It might have to be fake.
Are
at
you
that
gonna have
point.
to? You have to get one of these.
Yeah, I
The
will.
toupee always works.
Exactly. What's the,
But it has to be a good one. I've seen the ones some
Oh, yeah,
people
they're
have.
really
They don't
bad.
look good.
Yeah.
this is a
you can
toupee. It's still.
If it is, I need a refund.
I mean, look, when I had a baby, my hair started going white real fast.
Salt and
Like,
pepper.
I'm looking salt and pepper, more salt than pepper. It's coming. I can feel it. It's
Honestly,
coming.
you
hard.
look more gray.
Yeah, gray. Because
Are you sure
because
it's
that's
not
the
the lighting?
mixture.
It's not the fixture.
But I think yours. I don't know what problem you might have. You'll see soon.
I don't think it'll make it to salt and pepper. It'll just be gone.
It'll just be gone.
Speaking of salt and pepper, everyone, I have an announcement. I was doing my beard a couple days ago, and I noticed
You did?
A white hair.
one white.
It starts.
It starts with one.
I'll be dead in 3 days. Like it's downhill from here. I don't know. No, I'm the one I stay young. This doesn't happen to me.
Unk.
I'm blue.
Tell us you're a millennial without telling us you're a millennial.
Blue unk. Unk blue.
I'm walking out of this podcast right now.
You can't.
I'm
You're
walking.
trapped. You have like no space to get out.
Ooh, Unk Blue would be a great neon sign.
That's another channel.
No, it's not. I have three channels now.
Coffee.
The Millennium Channel.
I have 3 channels now. All right. There's this one, which is our channel,
Iced.
Blue Coffee. All right. I have mine, Blue Coffee, and then I made another one called Blue Coffee Clips. And that one I'm just gonna be making
Wait,
hodgepodge.
It should be
of
called
all of
Clips
us.
Blue Coffee.
Wait, what about your adult channel?
Oh.
Blue Coffee and Chill.
Blue Coffee and Chill.
After hours. What is it called? Good Mythical Morning. Good Mythical
Evening.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
made their own
Yeah.
version
Have
of
you
it.
seen one of those episodes? by the
I'm
way?
not. It's
Oh
pay
my
for it.
God. I paid one. I paid once for it.
Yeah?
It is so worth the
This-
money.
Really?
Because they
Support
cuss
creators.
and they're so dirty.
Really?
I am like, man, you're so clean on YouTube. You're like this, like saints. They make like really, really subtle jokes.
Innuendo?
Yeah, very subtle. Good mythical evening. They're drinking alcohol. They're doing dirty games. They're saying F words every 2 seconds. And I'm like, who are these people? I love them so much.
Honestly, when we started this the first time around, I thought that's what we were going to do.
Right? Yeah, I know. But man, they're completely different people when you see them on evening.
Exactly.
Good mythical evening.
Exactly.
I love it.
But this is the monthly podcast.
I wish we
guys.
get there at some point.
We will.
We should.
Absolutely. We will. We have an audience now.
Chill
we,
Blue Coffee.
we will.
Well,
we
we'll
will.
see if that audience sticks around after these.
Well, this
This is version 6.0 of our podcast. Thank you and welcome.
Of the same
Of
podcast.
the same podcast.
of this podcast. So this is
Come full circle with
exactly.
the table.
This-
I love interrupting you.
this is
Yes. I agree.
this
Let me take a sip of this.
is the
Okay,
monthly
Okay, sorry,
this
go,
is the
go.
monthly podcast.
Okay.
The monthly podcast. Okay? And this is the listen. The whole point of this whole thing was you. Well, actually it was us, because we kept telling him, You're like, we should do a podcast. And I was like, we can do a podcast. And then Nomi put us together.
Yeah.
And it's been history ever since. Why are you looking at the channel?
I'm seeing how many subscribers we've already lost.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
It's happening live.
Yeah, of course, because it's people who just watch Roblox shorts, man. Like, it's gonna happen. It's fine. It's fine. We'll move on. So this
Can't say Roblox. You gotta say R.
That's
R
right.
word.
Yes. So this is the monthly podcast where we talk about anything, right? We used to do this, and it was so much fun. And then we went to a condensed version of it, and then it became crap. I didn't like it.
Even though you
It's just more
it.
digestible for the public.
I guess so.
You
But
know what I
now we have an audience of people who actually want to listen to us. So this is just for those
again.
who
I hope so.
want to. Yes.
I hope so.
This is for those who just want to just back, chill, enjoy a little
Did
bit
we
of
lose
ice.
another 10?
Dwindling.
Another dozen gone.
There won't be anyone left to listen to it.
Baker's dozen.
Be positive. Anyways,
Hey, that's my blood group.
Listen.
No.
be positive.
I'm kidding. That was a stupid joke.
Listen,
I'm not actually be positive.
this podcast had to be emulated many times over. And speaking of emulation, you guys, I'll start it. I'll kick it off.
The evolution came back to this.
Yes. Yeah. The emulation of this.
Full circle.
I have some exciting news. Because on the old podcasts episodes, some previous ones before, we talked about a topic called Silent Hill PT. Remember that?
God, he's going to do it again.
I'm going to do it again.
It literally is coming back full circle. We're just repeating the...
No, it's not. We're not repeating it because there's been an update.
Kojima saved Resident Evil.
He did.
How many times?
How many
Hideo
times?
Kojima is the closest thing to an otherworldly being.
Resident
okay?
Evil 9, by the way, looks pretty cool. I like it.
I didn't watch the trailer for it.
I saw screenshots.
We were supposed to watch it together.
I saw screenshots, I said.
Okay.
Screenshots, not the video, not the trailer.
Screenshots.
All right. Tell me.
So, here's the thing about Silent Hill PT. So, I'm going to give you some background on what happened before in the beginning. Wake up! So, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is a demo that came out many years ago. I have a question. You had a PS4. Did you ever play it, the original? When it came out, did you ever play it?
Yeah.
And then you deleted it? Or is it still on
I
your
didn't
PS4?
delete it. I just lost my PS. It was on the 3 or 4?
3. Sorry,
yeah,
3.
yeah,
Sorry.
I don't have my PS3 anymore.
I'm sure you remember back in the days of PS3, many consoles did suffer bad consoles.
Yeah.
The problem was so it's like it's a demo, right? So what you do with demos is you download it, you play it, and you're like, I need that space back because the storage sucks. Because I have other games I need to put on here.
Mm-hmm.
So you delete the demo because I'm like, okay, I beat it. It's done.
It's a demo.
We'll wait for the game to come
version.
out,
Yeah.
so it's gone. And then you put your new games in to install, so that space gets taken up.
Yes.
Because PS3 just had a really small memory storage.
Yeah.
So many people deleted PT.
So just like many amazing business opportunities that have failed in your life, deleting Silent Hill PT is also one of them.
Probably.
Remember you missed out on Bitcoin? You were on it, and then you missed out on it. What was the other one?
There's a lot of things.
A lot of things. Oh, you could have been the original YouTuber.
that was a big one too, yeah.
Deleting Silent Hill PT cost you thousands of dollars.
That's okay.
Sorry. But anyways.
Is that how much it's worth now, those PS3s? Are they still out there?
Upsell
They are still out there.
Yeah, on eBay, they upsell for like $800. So, when it comes to PT, now this is a game that it's a demo. There was a playable teaser, and that's what PT stands for. When it came out, it took the market by storm. Every YouTuber was playing it. It was on the React channels. Everyone was reacting to it. It at the end, it had Norman Reedus. This is when Walking Dead was popular. It was back in the day, right? And then we were like, when is this coming out? Then all of a sudden, it was removed off all PlayStation Store platforms. Or just PlayStation Store platform.
Disappeared?
It just disappeared. And then it ceased to exist. And it only lives on those consoles that still
lives on Roblox.
And in our
the
hearts.
best version of PT that could ever been created.
No. But speaking
if you want to play PT
for free,
better than what it originally was, Roblox is the place to go. And it'll always be there.
But speaking of Nomi saying that, this is what actually happened. Because they couldn't get the original game, and you had to pay how much?
Well, now you can get it for $400.
What a bad investment.
That
lot of
includes 2 controllers.
A lot of money.
Or you
I
could just download Roblox and
Did
play.
I mention is being sold by Nathan Drake?
Someone on eBay, Nathan Drake. That's hilarious. But what happened is that because it went away, the community, it's still talked about till this day. And they made renditions of this game. Someone made their own version. You see like little mock versions, even on Roblox. You'll see like games that mimic. You're like, oh, this is giving me PT. Resident Evil 7, right? There's so many renditions of it. And then a few weeks ago, the PT community came together and they were able to emulate the game.
Okay.
Now, it's not perfect. The kinks are being worked out. If you play it now, and by the way, we will play this on this channel.
Okay, where is it at, by the way?
Well, that's his job because I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
Okay.
Emulate PT.
I don't know how emulation works and all that kind of stuff. To be honest with you, so when we and it's not perfect because for example the walls are not rendered, right? There's
Might be a
still
problem.
yes, they're still trying to figure out how to make Lizzie follow you from start to finish. Because remember you mentioned that, like yeah, right? They're still working out the kinks, but
She's always behind you.
it was finally jailbroken.
Wow.
Right, so it's no longer.
Jailbreak. I mean, that's an old term.
Yeah, I know.
My
Right?
goodness, that takes you back.
Yeah,
Is it a jailbroken iPhone?
exactly. So they finally were able to do it, and now as days go on, it's gonna look even better and better and better and better and better and better. And then we're gonna play it on this channel so we can finally see what it's like to play this game, or in your case, a second time. And it's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait for it. But you know what is locked in jail till this day? Metal Gear Solid 4, and it will always be exclusive to PS3, and they can never redo it, and that's what makes it more popular.
Why can they not redo it?
They can't, because the reason why it's because they have so many brands in there, and they have to get licenses for it again. Like for example, Apple.
They don't have to get like
They
they can
have
go in
Japanese-
and they can change it. They can just change it.
Generics.
Yes,
They have
easily.
Japanese stars, right? In there as well. Hey,
Sure.
no, you can't just change it.
You can change
Then
it.
it's not original Metal Gear Solid 4.
It is. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
If Hideo's not
They
doing it,
just-
it's not
they
original
just-
anyway.
Listen, all I'm saying is
It's
whenever
the only game not worth remaking. Is basically what I get out of that.
Wow.
I'll play Metal Gear 4 at
you
some
know
point.
how many
And
times
we're gonna have so much fun with it.
You-
I promise you.
You know you've
We're
crapped
gonna play Metal Gear 4.
you've crapped on Hideo
This one
Kojima
right
so many
here.
times.
No, not Hideo. Just that one game.
But that's what I wanted to say. But yeah, speaking of this, Rizzy, you will have to eventually get to Metal Gear Solid 4. Because
Well, I'm still working on the first one.
and you will be starting over on the first one. Sorry.
I've already restarted that 3 times within the first set of gameplay. I'm not doing that again.
Yes. But that was what I wanted to talk about. And I can't wait for us to play.
I look forward to that.
Absolutely.
Is it multiplayer?
No, obviously it's not multi.
4 is not multiplayer?
None of them.
No,
are.
none of
Come
them.
on, man.
Well, 3 had a multiplayer.
Well, that was just like one-off. Hey, here, fight each other. You know. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to do that. I want like
Yeah.
split screen,
No, they don't have split
side by
screen.
side.
No, there's no way. This is not what's
Really?
happening.
I think there's a
Should.
game called Way Out
Consider it.
that you can like you jailbreak together or something like that. I heard it's pretty good. It's good multi.
The war, this.
But Metal Gear, no, it's not. It's a single player experience. Really good though.
And you wouldn't
Really
want it
good.
to be multiplayer.
Really?
You wouldn't want it to be multiplayer because
I think I would because I'm terrible at sniping.
he explained it to me that you are Snake. You're naked. You're starting off naked. like as in,
You're a snake and you're naked.
you're naked Snake. You don't have anything, right?
That's just for 3, bro.
Well, that's everything. You start off with no weapons.
I know that.
Weapons
but
procured on site.
But the naked snake code name is for 3.
Oh,
1, yeah, you don't get you have to get the weapons site
on the
but
back.
at least you're like you're good. You know you got gear on.
You're not like
Yeah, you're not naked.
Actually naked.
Balls out, I'm going in.
Yes. But yeah, that was my topic, guys.
So what was the topic? Just that the PT community created an emulation,
They made it an emulation for it.
and that's that. And but they haven't worked
not
out the kinks
perfect.
yet.
It's not perfect yet, but it's gonna end up being finalized, which means that you will get to actually experience PT for what it was.
Will it be finished before or after GTA 6 comes out?
That listen, I don't know what to say to that because there's a lot of.
Have
things
you played
happening.
Death Stranding, by the way?
I haven't, but 2 came out, right? 2's coming
2
out.
came out, or it's, I think maybe a couple of days, or it's already out. One of those things.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to play 1.
We
I'm
should
gonna be honest with you. I really want to play 1. I just want to know what he did by himself. You know. 'Cause
Remember you made a New Year's resolution to play 50 games.
10 games, and I played 1 of them. Oh man. I mean, I said some long, like that one right there, Cyberpunk.
There you go.
Yeah, that was one of them.
That was one of them.
But yeah, I think I like people are comparing Death Stranding 2 and 1 and 2 now, and they're like, this is amazing. Like the evolution between these 2 games is really good.
When did 1 come out?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a
2
long time.
2 just came out 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Yeah.
Norman Reedus. Look at that.
I know.
Yep.
I mean, he took him from PT, and they're like, I'm gonna still use you, bro.
Yeah.
On the
Easy.
PlayStation Store, it already has almost 8,000 reviews. 4 point.
Ooh, that's so good.
Dang, then we have to play it.
And I heard the story is amazing. Like the story is so good, and it's
And
like, I mean,
if
it's
you're
Kojima,
interested-
so you know I believe it.
Wow.
And if you're interested, you too can buy it on the PlayStation.
The thing that kept me off of it from playing it was like people kept saying it's a walking simulator, which is I see it is, but they're like it's
Walking simulator?
walking. Yeah, you just so you're a delivery man is the whole part of is the whole point of the game. You're delivering things from one place to another, and you're walking. But you get obstacles on the way, things that kill you on the way, things like that.
Huh?
But I don't know the game. But that's what like turned me off from it.
Oh.
That the people just call it a walking simulator, but now people are saying, "Oh, it's such a good story." I'm like, "Oh, I want to play it now. I want to experience
No,
that."
I got this confused with Days Gone.
Oh, Days Gone. That's a zombie game.
Another Hideo
Oh, yeah.
Kojima.
No, that's not Hideo Kojima. Days Gone?
He's gone?
No, Days Gone is the zombie game.
Yeah. I thought it was made by. Whoa, did I mess that up?
Yeah, no, it's not. Days Gone is by what they're.
Yeah, it's not.
Ben
It's not.
Studio.
Ben Studio.
Who's Ben Studio?
Band Studio? That's who made.
Okay. What else have they made?
Uh,
The only game Kojima has made so far in his Kojima Productions company is Death Stranding 1 and 2.
Interesting.
Nothing else.
Oh. Well, then I messed that up.
I was hoping for a good Silent Hill game, but apparently Konami and them had a fallout, so nope.
Yeah, they're never gonna. It's forever gonna be like dead.
well, on their website, Ben Studio only mentions Days Gone, so I don't really.
Okay, so that's just a new thing for them. I feel like it was one of, I think it's one of Sony's old studios, game studios.
Mhm.
They just changed the name. They used to be called something else.
Yeah.
They're the ones who made like maybe Jack and Daxter or something.
No, that's Naughty Dog.
That's Naughty Dog. What about
They
the
were,
other one?
They
What's
were known
Jack and Daxter. What
for.
was the
They were
other-
known for Siphon Filter and
Siph-
Bugsy.
There you go. That's what
Yeah.
I was talking.
Siphon Filter.
Siphon Filter. Yeah. Dude, have you played Siphon Filter?
Dude, we need to play that. We gotta do a 1v1.
I love Siphon Filter.
1v1 knife only.
And the only thing I remember about that game,
The taser?
is- well, the taser, but like the way he runs, it looks like he's got poop in his pants. He's like,
The little-
yeah, legit. Like he runs like he's got like he's dookied himself.
yeah.
And he's just running with poop.
The taser was the best
Yeah.
thing. You just you kept on, and it fell. I knew it was gonna fall.
It was a matter of time.
I put it on top of the sign. So.
Yeah. So it's you just you hit someone with a taser and they just keep on like twitching and they catch on fire if you do it for long enough.
And then they caught on fire.
Yeah.
And they would just get crispy and die.
It's a lot of Siphon Filters. A
They
lot
also
of them.
did Uncharted Golden Abyss and Fight for Fortune on the Vita.
Who did? Golden? Wait,
That's
Ben
studio.
Studio, yeah.
they did Uncharted Golden Abyss?
Yeah.
I thought they would go to another studio for that.
There was the other duo that so there's Jack and Dexter, and then there was the other two duo that
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet. Yeah.
Who made
yeah.
Ratchet and Clank?
And Ratchet and
That is also. That's
I
not
thought it
Naughty
was.
Dog?
I thought it was them.
It doesn't appear to be them. It just says it was Sony Interactive and Insomniac Games.
Insomniac. Got it. Resistance people.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, can you believe the resistance is from these
Somebody
people?
posted on Reddit 5 months ago. What's next for Ratchet and Clank? Someone's still waiting.
Good grief.
It's a good game. It's a good game. It's a great game. It's a great game.
Okay, next
Yeah,
topic.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was your topic?
No.
Oh.
No, your topic just finished, right?
Oh, okay. Cool.
What's the next topic?
We're so out of we're rusty.
By the way, Death Stranding, the original came out November of 20.
That's so long
But nothing
ago.
compared to The Last of Us. Last of Us was like a
Part 1 or 2.
1 compared to 2 when it came out. Yeah.
Nomi, did you finish watching season 2?
I didn't watch the last episode.
I heard
so
it was
far.
crap.
I have not started season.
Oh, you haven't started it?
No.
It's really good.
Because me and the wife haven't finished
Up
season
until I heard the finale is not good, but the story doesn't go too far, like from what the game does. The game goes really far, so there's still a lot more to go.
They're trying to milk it because of its television.
Maybe, but the second to last episode of the season is the greatest episode I have ever seen on television.
Really?
That's it. That's all I want to say.
That's all you're going to say.
It's the flashback episode. You probably don't know it because that's from Last of Us Part 2. You probably know it, where they go back
Yeah.
each of Ellie's birthday,
Yeah.
What?
and they show it to you as a flashback, and it is the best freaking episode ever.
But then you didn't watch the last episode.
I haven't gotten to the.
That's the one that kills it.
Yeah, I'm like afraid to
Literally.
watch it because people say it was not good, and I don't want it to ruin it for me.
There's so many-
Eventually I'll watch it. I just haven't gotten.
There's so
to
many
it.
memes about Ellie, the actor. There's a lot
Yeah,
of memes
because
about-
they don't make her
look like
who Ellie is in the game. Like her
Yeah.
personality is not
Yeah.
the same.
not the same.
Like because Ellie in the game is like not joking around. Like she is like, I am
Serious?
out to hunt these people.
Yeah.
I will hunt these people down no matter what it takes. And then in the show, she's just kind of like la 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 la. You know what I
I
mean?
think they did that
I
for
don't-
television adaptation.
Maybe they must have. I guess I don't know. But it's just like, man, like I want that killer Ellie that's in the game.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
we
want
got Joel.
I don't want like
Wait,
the
we
la
wanted
di
it.
da Ellie. Yeah.
Last of Us, a TV show killed the Last of Us game.
Then
Speaking
does not
of
affect the game at all.
speaking of killing games, I'm trying to set you up, Rizzy.
Yeah. it's a big problem these days, killing games.
Yeah.
So Blue, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say back in 2015, for example, you bought a game.
Mhm.
Let's say it was just Need for Speed, right? We'll just say it's Need for
Out of
Speed.
every game he could have said, with Need for Speed. Okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
Need for Speed. This is an example, by the way.
Okay.
All right, let's say you bought Need for Speed.
Mhm.
Obviously, it has its own.
Did he buy it physically or did he buy a
Let's say
digital
he bought
copy?
the disc.
He bought the disc.
He
Okay,
bought the
he
disc.
bought the disc. You bought a Need for Speed game copy, like a version, like
Yeah, like the physical
actual
copy.
disc,
Yeah.
like physical. You could touch and you can hold and you can put it in your system.
Real.
Okay.
A real copy.
Real copy.
I have it.
None of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you bought this game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you spent probably it was like $50 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you took it
It's
home.
the wrong game, buddy.
You went, you played it, and obviously, in around 2015, you had both your single player story and you
Uh-huh.
also had the online multiplayer.
Yeah.
Right? And online, you could play against others, you could do matchups,
You
there's
could-
a leaderboard,
You can race
race,
against the others and you can twisted metal them up.
Yeah.
a different game, but
Yeah,
sure.
sorry.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now you've got this game, you're playing it. Obviously, the first time insert the game, you install it, it pops up this little window. And it says, internet connection is required to play the game.
Mhm.
Right now, your first thought when you see that is, okay, well, it's got multiplayer, so yeah, you have to be connected, right?
Yeah.
Then maybe later you find out that in order to even play single player, you also have to have internet access. Now, why would they do that?
No way.
Yes. Yes way. Now, even though you don't need the internet for single player, it still requires it. Now, normally this isn't a problem, right? Because if you have a console, you're a gamer.
And if I have internet, then
you're normally connected anyway.
yeah.
But now, let's say we fast forward, right? It's 2025. Obviously, the game has been out 10 years. It's probably not as popular, right? Especially since there might have been other versions of it. Consoles change. It doesn't get re-released.
Mhm.
And the developer comes out and says, well, it's not as popular. We're going to shut down the servers for the multiplayer.
Which has happened.
Which happens, yeah,
That's
ga-
normal.
Yeah.
in a game's cycle.
Yeah, games comes and goes, right? So they announced the the end of a multiplayer. They shut it down. Let's say a few months go by. Hey, I just happened to see Need for Speed on TV the other day. I'm gonna play the game.
I saw the movie Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, good movie. By the way.
I love that movie. It's like a
so
guilty pleasure.
Aaron Paul.
I love it so much. I've watched it like 3 times.
It's really good. Yeah,
It's very good, right? So that puts you in the mood. I'm gonna play Need for Speed.
Fire it up.
So you fire up your console. It probably has an update because it always does. You
Yeah.
go ahead, put in the disc, and you get the little pop up. Internet connection required.
Yeah.
Not a problem, right? You're still connected.
Absolutely.
Then you click OK. You wait for a minute, and 2 minutes, and 3 minutes. Then you get a little pop up. We can't connect to the server, and so there's just a button that says OK. What would you normally think when you see that?
I would be like, okay, it's glitching out. Let's go ahead and restart it again, and then.
Okay. So let's say you do that, right? You get the same message.
I'd be
Now-
like,
Now
what do
remember,
you mean?
you got a message a few months ago saying multiplayer is gone.
Multiplayer's gone. Yeah, okay, that's
It's like,
fine.
okay, there's no multiplayer.
I
I'm
just want the story.
Yeah, I'll just play the story mode.
Yeah.
The way these games are set
I,
up.
I would think the server is down and just wait for it, I guess, and then
Well,
try it
remember-
again some other time.
Well, remember they announced a few months prior that they're shutting down those servers. So you already know multiplayer doesn't exist anymore. at
But I
this
have a
point.
physical copy.
You may have a physical copy, but the way they've done the DRM, if there's no server, you can't play your game at all.
So,
Not
so is that
multiplayer.
game officially killed?
Killed.
Wait, but how?
Dun dun dun.
But like, no, but like, how? Systematically, how would they do that? My thing is like, I have a physical disc,
Yes.
and I'm putting it in my console.
Yes.
It requires an internet
If I was
connection.
off the grid,
It would never work.
Because the game requires an internet connection, no matter what. Even if you're playing it offline and you're playing single player,
offline.
You
it
can't play
requires an
offline.
internet connection. Is how you play the game. The even single player has to
Be
know,
online.
be online. Has to know that it's connected to the studio server, the company's server, before it can actually let you play it.
But that's
And if they shut down the company server for this game, even your single player is dead.
so you're telling me like these are at risk too?
No, because the way these were made back in the day, these did not require internet connection for single player.
So
The
some
whole
games-
game is in here and it's good to go, and it doesn't need a connection. It doesn't need internet to play.
But this is illegal. I paid $70 for this, $75 for this.
Sure you did.
And I think that's what the
that is what
topic is about.
That's what this topic of Stop Killing Games is about. It was started by a guy named Ross Scott, who on YouTube goes by Accursed Farms. And what he's done is in the EU and the
whistleblower.
UK, he has started a petition. He wants the governments there to look into this practice as to why, if you buy a game and you have a copy of it, why can you not play it once they shut the servers down?
Yeah.
He would like them to investigate a change where either, if they're going to stop, supporting it, either they release the binaries for the server so you can run your own server, right? So you can do your own multiplayer, or they release a patch at the end of the life of the game so you can just play single player on your own without an internet connection.
So what's the point of doing that? What's the point of like disconnecting it? Oh, sorry, no, not even story mode you can play anymore. What's the point of that?
I think it's more about collecting data from the people who are playing the game. Because if you're playing a game offline, they don't know how many people are playing it currently in its life cycle, how many people are putting how many hours into it. Just data wise, they don't know. So even if a single player game requires an internet connection, they can collect data and figure out, hey, this is what the game is doing. This is how it's performing still in this far of its life cycle. That's literally, I think, all it is just collecting data.
but why disconnect? What's the point?
Cost.
Because they need to keep servers running, and servers cost money.
So then make it without the server, like for example, Metal Gear Solid 4.
Exactly. That's the whole issue.
That's
Why
the
are
point.
why are companies doing that now? They are doing that. It's happening.
Do you think they're doing that so you can buy the next game?
His latest example of Need for Speed, a new Need for Speed game just came out. Just like literally not too long ago. It just came out. It's connected to whatever server. I don't know what the company. Who's the company for Need?
Electronic Arts.
EA is like, you need to have an internet connection to our servers in order to play this game, multiplayer or single player. If they cut off the servers, or if the servers are gone, or there's a glitch in the server, or anything happens to the server, you're not able to play the game anymore. It's done.
Oh.
It's like you are not able to play the game anymore. Doesn't matter if you're connected online. Doesn't matter if you're playing multiplayer or single player. You're not going to be able to play the game. It's done because the server is cut off. So that officially, you killed your game. You killed it. You paid money to play the game, but you now no longer can play it because the game is not reading off of the EA server anymore, and so the game is gone.
Really,
and now the game is officially killed. You lost money, and you're not able to play it.
Essentially, you paid $60 for a rental.
Yeah,
Game rental.
basically.
Okay, let's talk about how bad this is.
Pretty bad.
I'm thinking about in terms of everything that what a game. For example, let's just imagine this happened to Mario 64.
I think that never had internet.
Or old school Mario. This is an example, right? For example, there are live streamers who play this game. There are people who have collectible items. There are people, it's like when you hold on, like for example, this game here, you hold on to it because it has value.
Yeah.
Not to sell it, but it's like, hey, I still have it. Remember that itch I got like last year that I wanted to play the game?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Sentimental value.
Kojima turned off the servers.
I would.
Konami.
I'd fly to Japan and just kill everybody. Like I would just be so angry. So,
Yeah.
but this is affecting company. This is affecting how I look at the game. Like, well, screw you then. You're screwing me over. Then why would
Yeah.
I pay for you? You'll boycott the game.
So I saw some ordinary gamers late last night, and he had a great example. So let's say you go to GameStop, right? And let's say this is the game you're buying.
Yes.
Right? You take it to the counter.
Which, by the way, Muda loves Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah. But let's say this is just a game you're picking, right? And you go to the counter. The guy's like $60. Like, okay, here you go. You pay and you're on your way. Now, let's look at it the other way. You take this game, take it to the counter. The guy says $60. You're paying. And he's like, by the way, when the company decides they no longer want to support it, you can no longer play this game.
So
Would it change your mind in how you buy it?
it would, or then at that point I guess for me as a collector, I'm not buying for the game. I'm just buying for what this box looks like.
Yeah.
You know what
Or
I mean?
imagine if they went even further than that. Let's say you bought this, and on the back there's a little sticker, expires such and such date. Meaning after that date, you can no longer play it, and it's worthless.
But Rizzy, this would also hurt people who sell games, like those businesses that find stuff like
resell?
this.
But that's
Like
not how
GameStop?
they would think about it. Because by the time that expires, you'd go and complain. They'd be like, "Oh, well, here's a new version that you can buy."
New version.
Yeah.
Wait, the same game but new version for it?
Yeah.
That means you're paying twice for this game then. Technically.
Maybe multiple times, depending on how many consoles you want it on, or how many times you want to play it.
This is a scam.
Is it?
It's just about collecting data, man. And this is happening more and more, obviously, because you can tell now that you have to connect to servers. Like, you want to play Assassin's Creed, you got to connect to the Ubisoft server. You want to play Need for Speed, you got to connect to the EA server. You want to play Fortnite, well, you have to connect because
I mean, that's not really an option.
Yeah,
but,
that's just.
But imagine a game like Halo Infinite, which has a huge multiplayer component. Now imagine if they turn around tomorrow and say, well, not only can you not play multiplayer, you can't even play the single player. How many people would be happy about that?
That is what makes me angry. Is like multiplayer. I get it because you have to run that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the story mode,
Yeah.
why kill that?
They're cutting it off completely.
Officially killing the game forever.
Yeah, because obviously you can't reconnect, not in an official method anyway.
So let's talk about the evolution of what's happened. So, for example, when they started doing digital, remember you can buy the game digitally,
Mhm.
right? They ended up what? They still cost the same as if you would get a physical copy,
Yeah.
right? To make
Just
margin.
convenient because it'll be in your
Download.
Yeah,
Exactly.
download it
So now
into
you're
your
telling me it doesn't matter if I buy a physical or a digital. It's going to cost the same, except this time it comes with an expiration date.
Yeah.
So then what am I going to do with this if it's like not working anymore? What do I do with it?
By the time
Arc?
the expiration comes around, they'll already have a new version out.
Right,
that
but,
you can buy.
Right, but what do I do with this though?
Put it on the shelf, and you look at it, and remember the sentimental value.
art. I remember the days I played that one. So that's what's happening right now.
So they're gonna PT every single.
Many games
you know
have
what,
been.
So you know what's gonna happen? So emulation is a thing.
It
happened.
is.
They emulated Bloodborne. They emulated Dark Souls.
Well, remember though, emulation not exactly the same, right? Emulation just means you can play a game on a platform it wasn't meant for, right? Like when you think about like a PlayStation 4 emulator, that just means you can take a PS4 game and play it on a computer. PS3 game played on a computer.
Okay.
The issue with games that require internet connection, you don't have the other side of the server. You only have the game. So emulation does not solve your problem.
So they can't get the data.
You have to either recreate the server, right, if you can, or you have to, what is considered illegal, hack the game so it doesn't go look for the internet connection. To play your own game that you paid for, you have to do something illegal. Pretty much.
It's crazy, right? Like the world we live in right now, it just sucks for games. All these big releases, man, they can die at any moment depending on what the company wants to do to it. It's just we're at the whim of we're at the whim of their mercy, pretty much. Like it's
because we want to play the game.
We want to play the game.
We're gonna pay
you
for
made
it
a great
anyways.
game. We want to play it, but hey, if they ever kill the server, it's done. You can no longer play it. Not even
So
single player. Not
this
even
is-
offline because it needs a internet connection.
So this is the epitome of you letting me borrow the game, saying you can borrow for a really long time, but the day I want it back,
Give it back.
and that day will come.
I'll come in the middle of the night asking for it.
And then I went, and they're like, "Oh, the server went down."
Yeah, that's even worse. What if you borrow it for so long, by the time you give it back, the server doesn't exist?
Oh my! Yeah, all the games that I
Then you
borrowed
can't
from
even play it.
He
That's
asked-
what was good about the old games, right? Like this
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
like I can still go in
And
put
play
it
it.
in my PlayStation 3
And it'll
and
work.
play it. Although it's not good, I can play it. It's good. It's good.
I'm,
It's a
I'm
good
taking it. This is a
But-
masterpiece.
But it's guaranteed to work is the point, right? Even if you have to replace the console, you can install it on a replacement console and
Yep.
it will still work.
always pork. Yep.
It will always play. Same goes for, classic Xbox games, classic Nintendo games.
Yeah.
They always work.
And they're thinking about doing this for every game pushed on the market.
I like the big studios are doing it. Right? Like EA is huge. Like they'll probably do it for everything that comes out.
So what about GTA 6?
That's Rockstar. Rockstar, we don't know much about every game we've ever played. You can play without connecting to the internet, right?
Now, that's a great example because one other Rockstar game that originally came out was Red Dead Redemption. Now, if you played it when it originally came out on console, there was an online component to it. The PC release came many years later, as many know, and by that point, the online component wasn't really there. When that came out for PC, it came out without that component. If you bought the game, you still had the game, just not the online portion.
This is, what's so funny? You think Red Dead started this? Remember them when they did that little release thing that they're gonna do? It's like, we're gonna put it on the next console, but nothing's gonna change about it. That was our announcement.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about it in the podcast?
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be the same thing. And hey, $80 again to renew it for 10 more years. It's like
Probably
renting.
not 10 years even. Like 3.
So this is kind of different from what PT. PT didn't require internet connection to play it once you've downloaded it. Because look, it's still selling, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
You can buy
still
a
play it.
console that still has it.
You can still
It
get a
doesn't need an
PlayStation 4
internet
with it on there.
connection. Yeah.
Crazy.
They just took it off
The
of
market.
the store. So you can't, moving forward, you can't download it. But now that you've already paid for it, you've already downloaded it and you have it, then it's yours forever. As long as it's there, as long as it still exists.
And
So that's different from what PT is.
Yeah. And with PT,
This
what
is
the-
legit killing the game as it's going.
Yeah. What PT did with the emulation is that they took it off of PlayStation 4 and you could play it on like a PC or another platform. Right? That was to help preserve the game in order to save it.
The end
Like-
times are here.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
play your classics. You know
Don't
what I
play them
mean?
too late though.
know what I
They
mean?
might be offline.
I just feel there are so many old games that people in the world have not played. Who needs the new ones? Let's just stick to the old ones.
That's not the only thing that they do, even in video games. Classic example, last year, Sony, they used to offer television shows, the PlayStation Store.
I remember that.
And, you could buy certain episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be on your system, and you could watch them whenever you want. Well, forget when it was exactly, but Sony announced that they were going to shut down that service. Right now, just because you shut down the service, you're thinking, okay, well, I still paid for the ones, the episodes I have, so I can still watch them, right?
Yeah.
No. Once they took down the service,
Are
lost
you talking
all.
about Voodoo? VUD?
Yeah.
Okay.
So once they shut it down, you lost all the episodes you paid for because now the service is gone.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be original? Like I just don't understand. What?
They just took. I mean, it's their IP. They can take it back, I guess. But it sucks because it's like you're assuming that you're paying for it to own it, but literally just at the whim of the company and renting it out as long as they can keep running it
Now,
for you.
I would say, remember, like, okay, for example, Redbox, they'll give you an option. Like, so you can buy it at a store, or you can go to Redbox and rent it. Remember
Mhm.
that? They give you the option. And there are people who genuinely rent games because they know, I'm a quick speed player.
Yeah.
Why do I need to buy the game? I'll just rent it a couple days.
Play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can do that times 6 and get the price of one game. And I'll get more play because I'm not here to keep. I'm here to just play.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Now there are people like, for example, me. I don't do digital. I like getting physical. The 4th channel is coming soon.
Chilled blue coffee.
BlueCoffee. So okay, never mind. Okay, so
OF version.
but this is
What are you gonna say?
this is horrible.
It is. I agree.
It
This is bad. This is really
Yes.
bad.
Absolute
There are
garbage.
games out there that have disappeared forever that can no longer be played.
What? Give me some examples.
I don't know.
Can you go? Does it Google pop up with any list?
There already says a statement. I don't know.
AI said, I don't know.
Stop killing games.
Yeah.
Is that oh my
Oh, just real quick. StopKillingGames.com. There are 2 petitions going on there. One for the EU, one for the United Kingdom. So if you are a citizen of either region, definitely reach out there. Sign the petition.
622,000.
Yep. The EU Citizens Initiative is at 62% of its goal. I think they have until the first week of July to reach 1 million signatures, get an initiative to the government. So if you are someone who lives in that region, certainly do go out there and get a signature.
Now that we have influence, 16,000 subscribers,
Of
go
the EU.
sign this petition. I'm gonna sign it.
Good. Well, you don't live over there.
No,
Do you live in the UK or EU? No, I don't think so.
Dang it.
So we're not safe from that.
Yeah.
They'll kill the game's servers on the United
This
States.
is no. I said this many times on this podcast.
Oh God.
On the old ones, I used to say.
What did you say?
Remember when it was the games were not about money?
Good old days.
Did anyone play The Crew?
No.
Nobody played The
Is
Crew?
that the Xbox
Dude,
one?
the comments section's like going right now.
It was an online game.
It's a racing game.
It was a Ubisoft game that recently just got killed off because the servers were shut down. It was on multi-platform. It was Xbox, PS, and
Dang,
Windows.
people are asking, can I still play the crew?
Yeah, the answer is no.
Sucker! Killed the whole crew.
No, I mean, this is bad.
I know. I agree. It's terrible, man.
Darkspore.
I hope some companies are smart and don't do this, but you never know.
I would say look at the public reaction. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like you're
Horrible.
becoming an evil company
yeah.
that makes video games and kills them. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like, don't you want people to play?
That means
your
you don't
game?
really care about your own projects.
It just make games that at least you can go offline and play them. And like, I get it. You want to kill the server because you don't get enough people playing it anymore. Multiplayer, okay, that's fine. Knock it out. Like turn that off if you need to in the future, years and years from when it was released. That's fine because it happens. People move on. People stop playing these games, multiplayer. But at least keep the single. If you have a single player version of it, keep that alive.
I still
Put it in the code, man.
I don't know. I have a unpopular opinion that I feel like something, brought back to life. You know what I mean? Like, why not redo it again? Like, for example, Uncharted 2 multiplayer. I would not mind paying again to have another open server. You know what I mean?
And that's what they want. They want you to.
Yeah, but like for online, not for single player. You know what I mean? Like,
They want you to pay for the whole.
single player is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But then again, now now let's put it in the position. Let's ask the hard hitting questions now. What is let's just say, for example,
Look at this journalism.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
What if they not the remake, the today,
Yeah,
the
sure.
old version, right? Let's just say you still had your CD and you want to fire it up, and then that same thing happened.
Okay.
Let's just say, oh yeah, we installed an IP in there this whole time. You know what I mean? And then they disconnected,
Yeah.
and you have a hankering.
Oh, I would be so sad. I would find an illegal way to play it.
Wait, you wouldn't pay for it?
What am I paying for again?
To
I thought they turned it off.
to pay this for the single player. They revamped it. Oh hey, you have to pay
Re-release.
a re-release.
Oh, re-release, like buying it again, or like paying a little small amount to like, get it.
Yeah, there's no
picked
such
up?
thing as a small amount.
Be buying it again just for single player.
I would buy it again.
Okay, now the hard-hitting question for me. You know, it's the meme. It's like, what would you do in Final Fantasy VII Delinked and you had to buy it again?
So what would you do for Metal
Hard
Gear
to
Solid 4?
swallow pill. That's the mine. Metal Gear Solid 4.
You would pay it again.
If they said, hey, we had an IP on this and a wire connected the entire time, oh, you had to buy it again. Hard to swallow pill, but I will buy it again just to
And
play
that's
it.
I guess that's what they're banking on, right? Like,
Dang
hey,
it.
it doesn't matter if you hate us or not. If you're gonna want to play a game, you're gonna want to play a game, and you're craving it. And hey, I want money
But here's the thing.
because I'm a company.
I'm a grown man. I'm almost 30. Like, I have a gray
It
hair in my
doesn't look
beard.
like it, but okay.
I know, I still look young. So I'm a grown man.
What happened to your voice?
I'm
a grown man.
a grown
Believe me.
man. Believe me. So for me, I mean, if I was like a kid who has to like ask my parents for money or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, I get the issue.
You got adult money.
I'm an adult. I have a career. I'll pay for something like this. All right, move on. But I can see why this is a huge problem.
Agreed.
But then again, I don't play games for years and years and years and years also.
But that's a problem, right? If it's a game that required an online, by the time you come back to it, you may not be able to play it.
Yeah, what if I'm like working through a backlog of games that I really wanted to play, but now I finally got a chance because my life been so busy. I got a little downtime and I want to play it again. I'm like, hey,
Wait,
this
no-
is a game I missed.
Nomi, can you imagine if Final Fantasy VII Remake required an internet connection? And by the time you got to it, it was discontinued?
That would suck, man. That would suck.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just don't think they would ever they would do that to a Final Fantasy game.
But
it
that's
doesn't
just
make
an example,
sense.
right? What if
Yeah,
they did?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. It would suck because it's like, now I can't experience this anymore. What? Huh?
You know,
But how do you expect me to buy the third one now? You know what I mean? Like, I haven't played 2. How do you expect me to buy the third one?
you know what's crazy?
Because it's a story. It just story games. I don't think
You'd have
will
to
follow
wait for,
that.
You'd have to wait for the remake re-release.
The remake, re-release, HD,
Yeah.
HD, high res 4K version. Yeah.
The best way to keep people in, to never let them know that they're realize you know why we have a problem with it is because we know the world before
We know the world.
before this happened, and then also like as it's happening. And the kids nowadays, when they grow older, they're accustomed to, hey, just gotta buy it again. Just like it's like renting an apartment or a house. Oh yeah, I just gotta buy it again. It's gonna become
So
so
us
normal.
millennials, all three of us millennials.
Way out of
I'm
that
the
one.
Gen Z as an exception. You know what I mean?
Gen Z was not alive to see the time of games without internet connection.
Yep.
But do you see what I'm talking about?
And I
Like,
hate day one patches. Oh, it's the worst.
You don't like day one 60 gig downloads?
No.
what's that? What are you talking about?
That's basically
Day one patch?
where you buy a game.
Cyberpunk just came out. New release. I grab it. I put it in my PlayStation.
Physical disc.
I put it in my PlayStation. I'm ready. I'm like, I want to play this. It's been so I've been hankering for it. It's installing. Okay, cool. Let it install. I'll wait for the installation.
Right? 10, 15
Boom.
minutes.
Gone by. Okay, come back to it. Now I want to start the game.
Launch it.
Oh, it needs a patch. Day
And how
one
bi-
patch.
And how big is this patch?
20 gigs only? I mean, the game was 40, but this is a 20 gig patch that
Yeah.
fixes a whole bunch of problems. So we need to put this in there before you can kick it off and play
You
the
can't
game.
even start the game without
And
it.
start the game without it. Day one patches are garbage. I hate them. They didn't happen in the past. That wasn't a thing.
Because quality control used to be a thing.
Yeah. Now they're like, let's get it out the window, get it out the door, and if there's anything that needs the fixing, we'll send a patch in.
But you know what? That also brings up a point, right? You bought this physical disc. You bought the game, right? Or at least you think you've bought the game.
Yeah.
A game that won't run without an internet connection because it needs to be patched.
Incomplete game. You buy an incomplete game, and then it needs the internet connection to complete it.
There's a few other games like that, and I think the Battlefield games come to mind, where after you would install it, it would have to download a bunch of assets.
Battlefield Bad Company.
And that's just one. If you ever go back and reinstall it, and whatever reason, if the server's not there, how do you get those assets?
Yeah. How do you
You
get those assets?
This is worse than what I imagined.
You're killing off history,
One-
and there's no
one
way to
game
show
at a
the future
time.
what those games are.
But this
If I-
petition is, it's for that. It's to preserve and save games.
If I buy it, I want to keep it. That's just
You own it, yeah.
I
agree.
own it.
You paid so much money for this damn thing. You need to keep it. Like it's
Imagine-
yours to play. It's like I get to play it whenever I have a hankering to play it. Why do I have to go off of your freaking servers?
The end times are here, kid. The end times.
And that's how we leave off on a depressing note.
Well,
Wait, did
do
you have a
this.
topic?
Do this. If you
have like 5
really
minutes for it,
want,
so
if
no.
you really want
Okay.
to enjoy the twilights of gaming, go get yourself an original PlayStation, even a PS2, a Nintendo 64, something that does not have an Ethernet or wireless connection on it, and enjoy gaming that way. Classic gaming. And a Sega Genesis. Mortal Kombat 2.
Exactly. And here's a solution. We have to boycott. No more buying new games ever, period. But you know why?
Well-
Because there's a whole world. There's a glacier of games you haven't played yet. Back in the past. Blast from the past. Right? And those are going to be considered
but
our
they're
new
so
games.
ugly. I don't like the graphics. They're so ugly.
Yeah, they
Ew,
look like Blue
yucky.
Coffee's original channel.
Wait, that's this channel.
original videos.
All videos.
And this podcast. Oh, man. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to stick to Metal Gear Solid 1. We'll have to stick to Final Fantasy 7.
I'll still buy
original.
GTA 6.
I'm sure Rockstar will require an online even for single player. But they're not ever going to shut down the server.
I'm glad that we talked about both topics, the emulation of reviving PT and then also the death of video games. Emulators, unite! Rise, emulators!
And no more day one patches, man. If the game's broken, don't bring it out. Don't release it yet. Wait.
Don't tell Rockstar that. We'll never get GTA
That's true.
6. We'll have to wait for the next console.
Yeah, I
that's
know,
true.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's fine. I'll deal with the weight of downloading
Just
patches.
try and make them smaller patches. How about
smaller
that?
patches, yeah.
Something manageable. Like 5 gigs or less.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I guess we'll end it on this sad note. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching
The gaming
this
industry's dead.
episode of
What are we gonna do?
No Logic Gaming Podcast. The podcast, whether you know logic or you have no logic, and I consider all you studios that have no logic for doing this to people.
Ooh.
But you know who has logic? Emulators. So thank you so much for watching this episode, and make sure to like, subscribe.
Episode?
This is the first episode.
Okay.
Episode 6.1.
6.1. We're not releasing the old one.
6.1.
We need you, Rizzy. Welcome back, Rizzy. We're glad you're here. Ring
Glad to
that
be
bell
back.
icon so that way you can be notified when we are
Ding dong.
uploading. And
Ding
then we'll
dong.
catch all of you. Does anyone have the recording thing? So it's over there, Rizzy. We keep a hand on it.
Got
And
it.
we'll catch all of you in.
Wait, don't stop it yet.
Oh, that's
Keep
right. The next video. See ya.
Later.
Bye.
This is horrible.
I mean,
No,
you
tell us how you really feel.
How much do you game?
We can finally scam the audience. No, I'm talking. Yeah, no. So this, now I think it's. I can see why it's bad for those who are avid gamers who like buy things. And, you know what I mean? Like, I would love
collectors.
I would love to think that I am someone who does that, but I'm not. Right? I don't have a wide variety of games, but at the end of the day,
you would fall into the mercy of the game company.
Probably
depending on the game.
But I don't think there's ever going to be a game anymore in my life where it's going to make me go back to play it 10 years. No, this game, yes, but it's already
moving
done.
forward.
Moving forward.
It's
whatever
not, right?
comes out in the future.
It does, because new games don't really excite me like that anymore, right? Like, for example, Last of Us 2, I loved it.
Someone's old.
I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back to Last of Us 2.
Here's Unc Blue again,
you know what I mean?
talking
Okay,
like an old
like
man.
you played it once and it's good.
Listen, when I used to,
Back in my day.
back in the day, when I would walk to school barefoot,
15 miles.
15
Now I
miles.
look like Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh my god, it's like a great thumbnail idea. It's like an old version.
Like a walking stick.
And a sneaking suit. That's hilarious.
You have a snake cane.
Yes, a snake.
The snake
With the
like
snake. It's hilarious. That's hilarious. But Rizzy, I'm glad you're back because we're gonna, like next week we'll play some more games.
We'll be back next month.
It's already next month. Anyway.
Well, actually, it's once a month anyway. Anyways, the podcast.
No, but he's gonna need to be here for the games.
I'll see you in 4 weeks.
Oh God, don't do that.
Whatever, Rizzy. You're
Try
coming,
again.
You're coming
Try
back.
again,
You're
please.
coming back every week.
It's always a pleasure.
Yes.
Next week is a long weekend.
That's true. 4th of July.
No, it's on
is.
Thursday.
No, it falls on a Friday. Yeah, I get Thursday early release from work. Fridays off. Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will see you guys.
Just believe us. Don't have to check the calendar, man. Just
My
believe
bad,
me. I
checking the
know.
calendar. Anyways,
I know this.
we'll
I'm
see,
excited.
We'll see what happens next week. Rizzy, you do your best to come.
Later.
Bye.